the speaker says, "But you, Alkimedon, take this whip and these splendid reins, take them while I, Automedon, step off from the chariot so that I may fight." So here we have a situation where the person who's normally the chariot driver switches roles and becomes the chariot fighter.
A substitution.
And so then you have to get somebody who is one step further down on the social scale, in this case Alkimedon, who has a name very similar to Automedon, who will then take over the role of the driver. And in this particular context, our 6 text E, you actually have the word Apobainein, meaning to step off, which is the technical word for this very dramatic moment when the chariot rider, fully armed, steps off the speeding chariot.
And so the idea of the whip and the reins together, that's something we might get to talk about.
Oh, yes.
soon.
Yes, we'll have a lot of fun talking about that because the whip is always the right-hand side, the reins are always the left-hand side in a situation like this. And the whip is the force of impelling. The reins are the force of restraining, constraining. And this corresponds very well to the equilibrium of right and left, where right in this song culture is always perceived as dominant and left is always perceived as recessive. So it's a bad world for lefties, I confess, but that's the way the system is set up, and there are no deviations from that for sure.
So if we're thinking about the charioteer and the driver and the therapōn and the hero, do we want to be thinking about this idea of incitement and restraint in relation to those two, or does it not map out onto that pair?
I think it can work. It can work in the sense that the chariot driver is inferior, and you might say recessive, and the chariot rider is dominant. So to that extent, there is this sense of if not impulse and restraint, at least dominance and recessiveness.
I was thinking about control too. I mean, doesn't the chariot driver also traditionally, are they involved in sort of pointing things out and noticing things?
Oh, yes, I see what you're saying, yes.
I'm wondering if that's...
And certainly in other traditions of people who speak Indo-European languages, that is to say languages that stem from a prototypical language that linguists call Indo-European. And here I'm thinking of especially the Indic traditions. There you see lots of examples where the chariot driver actually gives moral lessons to the chariot rider, as for example the Bhagavad Gita, which is the Sanskrit word for a part of the Mahabharata, and also call it Book 6. And there Krishna, the charioteer, is giving moral lessons to Arjuna, the chariot fighter. So I agree with you.